Hi guys. So happy Wednesday. It's been a very interesting energy week for sure. Today sort of feels like a pressure cooker. Started last night for me. We're building up to Jupiter sextile Neptune, which is happening tomorrow exact, but we're already feeling the shifts of everything. Mars is also on its way to square Chiron. There's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. And the next couple of days is sort of a leading up to it. And of course, we're still in the Mercury retrograde. So deep breaths. Remember, reminding yourself of who you are is very, very important. Having a support system also is very, very important. I've been trying to make sure that I read and either comment or react at, like, give you guys the hearts and stuff on all of your comments, because I want you to realize that I am here and I am listening to what you guys are going through and what you guys are saying. And of course, if you need anything, please don't hesitate to email me. Remember, before we get into the cards, remember, I do have a sale on 30-minute live readings. Jess and I are working on scheduling. I said yesterday, I said the last 2 weeks of March, and I was wrong about that. We're actually looking to schedule the first 2 weeks of March, which is literally like a week and a half away, if you can believe it. It's coming up super quick. So yeah, if you would like to get a reading after these readings are out of stock, the astrology readings, the 30-minute live or recorded readings, I am going to take a break for a little bit. I don't know for how long. So just a break on personal readings. I'll still be on the channel doing general readings and stuff, but so if you'd like to get a reading or an astrology report, now would be the time to do that. And I do also have one question readings available. So if you need a quick, but because I'll be sending them out sometime this weekend before, it'll be like by Monday, the 24th. So if you have any question, like if you have a one question that you want answered, you need answered really fast, the one question reading, all of that information is in the description box. It's the first link that says book a personal reading. Let's look at the cards, because quite frankly, I'm even really curious about, I mean, I have a feeling I know what the cards are going to say, but things are weird, you guys. Happy Pisces season, too. I'm sorry I didn't even say that. Happy Pisces season. The Pisces birthday special is now available. If you're an Aquarius and you haven't gotten your birthday special, that will be over at the end of next week. So if you haven't gotten your 1 hour or 30-minute birthday reading and you're an Aquarius, do that this week. Okay. It does feel like we're building up. It feels like it's a tearing down of immediate structures. And actually, what's really funny is I had a text conversation with Jesselyn earlier this morning, and she used the word outgrowing, and that is very much what this feels like. It feels like we're having to rebuild a foundation, or like support our foundation. You've outgrown where you are, okay? And when we outgrow that, that's why we've been getting the Tower card so much, and that's why we've been getting the World and the Wheel of Fortune and like all of the changes and all of the shifts that are happening. It's time to shake up what's going on in your life, because your energy is so much bigger. You have outstayed your welcome in the energy that you're currently in, and now it's time to go. The thing is we're having to be really, really discerning about it as well. So I have the King of Swords here. The King of Swords is somebody who is sort of has tunnel vision and like wants to focus in one area and gets blinded by all of the other things when he's really focused on one specific area. And so you might feel like that's something that you have to do right now in order to sort of stay sane. There's so much chaos going on. There's so much energy everywhere. You don't know whether you want to be happy. You don't know whether you want to be sad. And I feel like a lot of us are doing that distinctive, like tunnel vision stare off into space because you don't want to take yourself down the rabbit hole, right? That Five of Swords is very easy. Like, it can be kicked up really easily right now. The Five of Swords is like lying to yourself, basically. Telling you all of the reasons why you can't do a particular thing or why you can't be in a particular space and time. Why you're not able to do this, why you're not able to do that. And when you're trying to rebuild your life like this, and the Five of Swords comes along and decides to tell you all the reasons why you can't rebuild your life like that, yeah, I can see why you would want to sit cross-legged on top of the mountain and not have a care in the world, you know? Because, and honestly, that's probably the best thing for you to do. I know that, and I'll tell you the story about what happened to me, like, it's like an overnight story. And I'm going to sneeze. If I have to sneeze, I will pause the video because I cannot sneeze on video. In fact, I think I might actually. Hold on. Okay. Hopefully that helped. So the meditation story that I have for you guys, I fell asleep really early again last night. And then I woke up at midnight and I could not fall back to sleep. And my mind was racing and I felt the pressure and I had a headache and like all of the things, right? So what do? Being who I am, I get on my meditation mat and I sit there and I'm like, all right, we're going to do this. And I literally meditated for a good hour and a half. And there was like I had a break in between there sometime while I was meditating and realized that all the thoughts came rushing back in again. It was almost like I couldn't control it, you know? And more often than not, when I get into a spot like that these days, it's much easier for me to control because I'm used to shifting my awareness, shifting my energy. I've practiced it enough, right? Which is what I strive to teach you guys to do because I want you to be able to find that peace. So I ended up falling back asleep at like 2 or something. And then woke up again at 4:30, same thing, rushing back in, like all of the thoughts, all of the things, all of the stuff, everything that I should be stressed out about, everything that I should be worried about. And everything that is like at that pressure point is not within sight of me. It's all in the environment. It's all 3D. And what have I been talking about? Right? I'm reminding myself of my own words. Your mind is going to play tricks on you and tell you that things are not okay in your environment. And then when you see that and you recognize that there's like a stressor in your environment or stressor, around you in that way, you start to identify with it. You start to define yourself by the stressors of the environment. And that's why I always talk about going within and doing meditation. Because this Five of Swords is going to tell you all of the reasons why you should be freaking out right now, instead of allowing you to find solutions or allowing you to just be. Sometimes we just have to exist. We exhaust all of our options and then we just stop, right? And then we allow ourselves to exist. So this Three of Pentacles, King of Swords, and Five of Swords is telling you that the foundations that you're building right now, after having to release so much, it's happening, but your mind is telling you to freak out. Okay? Let's see. Okay. And it does feel paralyzing. It feels so paralyzing right now. So we have the Three of Wands and the Hanged Man. And having a really strong support system in your life at this point is very, very key, because, I mean, yes, some of you might do better on your own, but if you are on your own so much that you continuously go down that rabbit hole and you're not venting to someone, or you're not, like, somebody else isn't sort of like picking you up and letting you have like a soft place to fall, this Hanged Man position can get very, very uncomfortable because the pressure won't release, right? There isn't a pressure release button that you need. We all need to have that pressure release button. I don't care whether if it's a best friend, I don't care if it's your spouse, whoever it is in your life, your mom, your dad, your siblings, whoever it is in your life, that person in your life is going to be kind of a saving grace for you. So that might be the King of Swords, the person that you go to. But with the Three of Wands, it's so funny with the Three of Wands card. We often will sit there and be like, all right, I'm impatient. When is it happening? When is it happening? When is it happening? But you can see it very clearly in the distance. She can see the ships. She can see the horizon. She can see like where she wants to be headed there. But the pause, and we all need to have that pause every once in a while. It's necessary. It's a very needed thing, especially right now. But during that pause is when you have to trust the most. And the Five of Swords is saying that it's very hard to trust. So let's see. Three of Pentacles. Yeah. And I know you're worried about the foundation that you're building right now. Is it going to be steady enough? Are you going to be able to succeed in it? Is it something that you can be sure of? That Eight of Swords, I mean, look at that Eight of Swords. It's like being in a prison of your own mind. And she's looking in the mirror, and if you see, in reality, she's fine. But in the mirror reflection of her is where the pain and the agony is. Let's see what the King of Swords is. See, and this is exactly what I'm saying. The Knight of Cups on the King of Swords. Letting yourself, first of all, if you are the King of Swords in this, which I sort of feel like this is somebody outside of you that is offering you kind of the relief that is needed. So we have the Knight of Cups on the King of Swords. But you also have to be willing to accept it. Something that I had to learn, and I'm still kind of learning, is asking for help or admitting when I need help and assistance. Because being the adult that I've always been, why would I need anybody? Why would I need anybody's help? What, I can do it on my own. I can do it on my own. I can do it on my own. And maybe that's true to an extent, but it's not 100% true for anybody. And allowing yourself to accept that you can't do it all on your own. Sorry, I have a hair that is, oof, that was really annoying me. It was like right on my back of my arm. Allowing it to accept help from others. Sometimes that's the best thing that you can do, is to accept the help of others. King of Wands. Okay. And then we have the King of Wands on the Five of Swords. So there is a tangled, and this is very masculine energy that's happening right now, but it does feel like the King of Wands is the person that needs the King of Swords help right now. And the King of Swords is willing and able to give back to the King of Wands, but is the King of Wands being too proud by staying up in his mind and not asking? People cannot read your mind. Remember that. People cannot read your mind. Three of Wands. There we go. Well, and this is the reason why you're the impatience, right? This is why you could probably be so antsy and so impatient. So I have the Sun on the Three of Wands. And it's like the healing energy. It's the Sun is the best card that you can get in the deck. The Sun is clarity. It's a brighter day. It's healing. It's warmth, right? And that's what you have to remember. in these moments of pause, that this is actually happening. The sun is actually creating a healing space for you. It's your impatience. It's the judgment, right? And one of the things that we're talking about in the workshop on Saturday, 222 Gateway, is how to release judgment from yourself. Because when you release judgment from yourself, and ultimately others too, but mainly releasing your judgment that you have of yourself, can expand your manifestation powers so quickly. But here's the thing is, when the manifestations are going really, really quickly and you're not, and you are on pause, you can start to judge yourself again and be like, is this right for me? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this the direction I'm supposed to be going in? Is this journey I'm supposed to be on? ... Right? So you really have the key right now with the 10 of Swords on the Hanged Man. And with the 10 of Swords, it's going to the worst possible case scenario, right? That 10 of Swords can be, you know, the biggest part of breaking you if you let it, if you allow it to happen like that. Or you can see that the 10 of Swords is that the worst is over. You don't have to go back to this 8 of Swords or the 5 of Swords and feel that pain anymore. And that's what this pause is helping heal for you. And it's so interesting with the pauses that we have in life. You're either going to have a breakthrough moment or a breakdown moment. And maybe both. Maybe you need to have the breakdown to have the breakthrough. But when you don't let it break you, right? When you don't let it break you, but you allow yourself to see things in a much better way, in a much brighter way, and realize that the worst is over and you are coming out shining, brand new and shiny on the other end with the Sun and the 3 of Swords. Now, the other thing is, again, having your support system. And then we have a third person here. So we have the 3 of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So we have the King of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Swords with the 3 of Cups. And I don't do third-party situation with the 3 of Cups unless there's something showing me that it should be a third-party situation, and I'm not seeing that. And so for me, the 3 of Cups is about celebration. It's about coming together with your soul people. If you don't have a soul tribe right now, I want you to go inward and ask yourself how you truly feel about yourself, because how you feel about yourself is that's what you're going to attract into your life. If you don't feel very good about yourself, you're going to keep attracting people that you have to heal. But if you start to realize that you deserve more, you will start to attract people that you'll not only be healing, but they'll be healing you as well. And that's really like the ultimate thing that everybody needs in this moment. It's about the community. It's about coming together and being a community and being part of a group. The other thing that I want you guys to remember during this time is that it's all temporary. Okay, everything that's happening right now, if you, as pressurized as it is, and it's okay to feel that. I don't want you to numb yourself to any pain that's happening. I don't want you to numb yourself or feel bad that it's happening. You know, don't judge yourself for what you're going through right now. Because the cosmic energies are forcing us to see things about ourselves that ultimately need to be healed for good. So they don't come back. So we don't have to like go through the cycle all over again. And allowing yourself to see that, right? And having people that are supporting you through it, you'll realize that this 10 of Swords doesn't have, you don't have to project a bad outcome just because you're on pause right now. All right. Okay, guys, have a wonderful day. Again, if you want to get a reading from me, all of that information is in the description box, or go to my website, fearlessintuition.net, and click on book a reading. It's like about 3/4 down the page. There's a little button that says book a reading, and you can click there. I love you all. Please take good care of yourselves. Bye.